darkness. Enjoy the horrific fright. Your nightmares will come forth to terrorize you in the night. Embrace the darkness. It will terrify you. The phantom is near. Watch out, my dear. The things that go on the night, you will be petrified, unable to move or scream. I will haunt you in your dreams. Embrace the darkness. It will terrify you. The phantom is near. Watch out, my dear. Embrace the darkness. It will terrify you. The phantom is near. Watch out, my dear.
Hello and welcome to Trick or Treat Part 2. I'm so ready to get the rest of this game on to track. So let's get into it.
Alright guys, thank y'all so much for coming. We're going over the ETA. We're going to come over and hang out there.
Little time has passed since I started to look for my friends, and I already can't stand this place. I'm going crazy in the forest. The darkness that covers it is unnatural. It is a darkness that steals your own sanity, replacing it with anxiety. To make it worse, the air is damp and cold, as in winter, carrying a strong rot smell, as if there were corpses of animals hidden throughout the forest. The atmosphere in this place is oppressive. With every step you take, it makes you more uncomfortable. Since I started to look for my friends, I've felt that something is watching me, and there is nothing. I sigh with my voice full of frustration. I just want to get out of here. I continue walking, devoid of any hope. No matter where I look or how much I walk, I find nothing. I cannot even hear the sounds of animals. Rather, it seems they are already dead and rotting. No, I have to calm myself, I said to myself. I stopped for a moment to rest. I breathe deeply, but the rotten air of this place does me no good. Immediately, I start to cough as if I had something stuck in the throat. Shit. What am I going to do? This cursed forest seems endless. And even if by miracle I could escape, I cannot abandon Stephen and Alfred. I'm really screwed up. Again, I sigh, feeling on the verge of tears. My frustration is building up, but I have to do my best to keep calm. If I fall into despair, then there is no doubt I will be joining the list of missing persons. In the end, I decide to keep walking. Step by step, I should get somewhere. At least I was convinced that staying in the same place would not do me any good. even if it was only to deceive myself, feeling that I am doing something. I wanted to continue walking. Time passes without any changes. Only the sound of my footsteps can be heard. Knowing that as soon as you stop, you will be surrounded by a dead silence is a good incentive to keep walking. But my legs were already hurting. Suddenly I hear a crack at my feet. Instantly I take a step back and look below to see what made that sound. What is this? I whispered to myself, surprised, discovering that I had stepped on animal bone. I believe that it's from an animal, although I do not rule out the possibility that it belongs to a person. But for my own good, I prefer not to think about that. An expression of anguish is drawn on my face. It is best to ignore it. I have to keep walking. Suddenly, my flashlight reveals something. Without hesitation, I point towards there again. Only to realize with a surprise that is the white cat, the one from before, which made that awful meow. But this time, I find it laying on the ground. It appears to be fainted and is wounded. Then what should I do? Pick her up. It is best to continue without waking her. The cat is dangerous. It's her fault that I ended up in this place, and my friends are missing. But even knowing that, for some strange reason, I can't help but feel sorry for her. Even if it is unnatural, it is still an animal. I then bend down to see her closer. She is unconscious, and there is a thin line of blood coming from her mouth. I'm a real idiot, I said to myself. At the same time, I cleaned the blood from her mouth with a handkerchief that I had with me. Fortunately, she doesn't wake up. I then closed her mouth, making her appearance a little better. Now she seemed to be peacefully sleeping. After a long sigh, I decided to pick her up carefully. I don't know what the powers of this cat are, but if she brought me here, maybe she can return me to my world. With her in my arms, I decide that the best thing I can do is continue walking. 2:31 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
Again, I found myself in the dark forest walking aimlessly, only moving forward, but it didn't seem I was getting somewhere. In my arms, I carry the cat, which sleeps soundly. Come here. Here, you'll be safe. I suddenly stopped. It was probably easy to see the disbelief on my face at that moment. It's that voice again, I whispered to myself with no one to listen to me. Shortly after I found the cat, a mysterious voice appeared in my mind. It is a feminine voice, soft and gentle, as if it belonged to a princess from a fairy tale, but I can't trust it. Am I really going crazy, or is it this forest that doesn't make any sense? I don't know, but I don't like any of the two options. I then feel the cat move in my arms. I look down at her confused, just to see how she opens her red eyes suddenly. Become quiet at the instant. For a moment, the two stayed motionless, staring into the eyes of the other. The red eyes of the cat are disturbing to me, but also there is something fascinating about them, something that attracts me. I lose myself in her eyes, as if hypnotized, until suddenly she jumps with the intention of scratching my face. My reflex is pushing her at the same time. I jump back, turning my head to dodge her claws. I managed to dodge her attack, but in the process I dropped my flashlight. I panicked and acted clumsily. The flashlight falls near me, lighting up a tree in the vicinity. As soon as it left my hands, I remember how dense this abnormal darkness is. I quickly pick it up, not even thinking before taking action. I then light the place where the cat was, only to discover she had arched her back angrily. as if she feared an attack from me. Those red eyes stare at me, shining with the light of the flashlight as if they were jewels, reflecting a fearsome hatred and rejection towards me. My body freezes after seeing them. I can't even think. The cat then lets out a thunderous meow, similar to the one before, but weaker, although not any less frightening. There's no doubt there is something wrong with that animal. It must be cursed. Everything is her fault. She must be some kind of evil spirit, a pet of the witches. I feel how panic seizes me. My heart beats quickly, begging me to do something. My mouth is dry, my forehead covered with cold sweat. What should I do? Confront the cat. No, I should not despair. I have to calm down and think carefully about what I should do. With that in mind, I take a breath deep and look again at her. Soon the expression in my eyes changes from fear to courage. I realize it is only a cat, without a doubt a strange one. My life is not actually in danger. That isn't a tiger staring at me, but a simple cat. Apparently her only power are those weird meows. If she could kill me, she would have already done it. So I rule out that possibility. Her work must be transporting the next victim to this area of the forest, so unnatural and shady. After filling my lungs with air, I slowly walk towards the cat. Her meows get louder with every step, but I don't let them scare me. Seeing that I do not turn back, she shyly takes a step back. In my mind, I smiled at this image. The prey is now the puncher. I look at her directly while advancing. Little by little, her meows become weaker, as if she was losing strength.
Here, Remy, I'll send you here because I have his saved on.
Then I suddenly jump and take her in my hands. She hardly resists at all. Not so tough now, right? You look better like this. She's trembling in my hands. She looks so helpless that I almost feel like a villain. But I must not forget all that she has done so far. It's her fault that I'm in this place.
Hey,
She brought me here. Then if I kill her, would it be possible to go back? For a moment, that grim idea crossed my mind. I had never killed an animal. Truth is that I can't be proud of myself for doing such a thing. But if I do, maybe this legend could end here and now.
you know what?
Then what should I do? Just keep her captured. It is only logical. The magic should die along with the cat. That should be my ticket back. If I kill her, everything would be over tonight, and the legend would come to an end. Confident that it was for the best, I try to view it in my mind. But no matter how hard I force myself to see it, in the end, I am unable to take the life of another living being. Even if it is a cursed cat serving a witch, I don't feel good killing her. I think I'm too nice for my own good. So the only thing that remains is to keep her with me, hoping that sooner or later she allows me to escape. With nothing more to think about, I decide the best thing to do is to continue my path. 2:41 a.m.
Well, I'll
It's been a few minutes since I captured the cat. Again, I find myself walking with her in my arms, led by this strange voice. How long have I been walking in this forest? Apparently not enough to make me go mad, but it should be close. Don't be afraid. Come with me. I will help you. The voice sounds closer this time. It seems that I am going in the right direction. I don't fully trust in it, but it's the best I have. At least at first glance, it seems a friendly voice. I'm completely focused on my way when I suddenly feel something bite me. Ah, what the heck? I shout in pain, realizing that the cat bit my arm. Fortunately, it wasn't a dangerous bite, but it sure was painful. With my distraction, she takes the chance to jump from my arms, falling a few steps away from me. Quickly, I set my gaze upon her, furious. But soon something happens that makes me forget about my anger. Suddenly, the cat is covered with a bright light, so much that it repels the unnatural darkness surrounding the forest, stealing my breath. Under the light, its figure gradually changes until it ceases to be a cat and becomes a human figure. No longer is there a cat in front of me, but a girl with incredible beauty. I must really be going crazy. She has white hair and red eyes. She seems about my age. In other circumstances, I would have asked her out without hesitation. Just thinking about it makes me laugh to myself in my mind. Even at the edge of madness, it seems some things about me will never change. She approaches slowly towards me, one step at a time, with no fear. The girl then stares into my eyes with a slightly irritated face. Her lips are moving. She seems to be saying something, but I am unable to hear a sound. Are you trying to tell me something? I babble, still confused, with a face of disbelief, which surely made me look stupid. Said the girl, with a very low voice. I do not understand what she is saying. What? I can't hear you well. I asked, still confused. Suddenly the girl pouts in a bad mood. What's wrong with you? Are you deaf? Finally, I could hear her clearly, and just in time, because it seems her patience was about to end. Okay, now I heard you, I said, annoyed. All of my astonishment from just a few seconds ago disappears when I see the arrogant attitude of the girl. At least now I don't think she will bite me, I hope. The girl then snorts with irritation. What an annoying guy I had to find, she said at the time she places a hand on her lips, making a pensive face. Wait, you shouldn't speak ill of someone you have right before you. I was quick to respond. For a moment I feel annoyed at the thought that I have to teach manners to this spirit, or whatever she is. I pity so much beauty wasted on someone so arrogant. The girl let out a snort of annoyance after hearing me. I'm sorry. It's a bad habit that I can't quit, she answered without sounding very repentant. Clearly a false apology. After talking, she diverts her gaze towards the surroundings as if she was bored. I see, I replied, annoyed. I just met her and I already feel I don't like her. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I must not forget who this girl is. She was the cat that started it all. Anyway, at least could you tell me why you attacked me and my friends? I asked shortly after, acting more seriously. The greetings were over. It's time to get to the important stuff. And why did you bite me if I wasn't doing anything? Before I knew it, my lips moved, asking another question. I cannot lie, I was angry. The girl then stares at my face. She blinks with curiosity before speaking. Does it hurt? The wound? She asked innocently. Yes. I was quick to respond with annoyance. I didn't need to say more. Of course it hurts me, silly cat. She looks at me in silence for a few seconds, until suddenly she approaches me without any shyness or fear. On second thought, how can a simple human such as me scare a cat that can turn into a person? Show me your wound, said the girl once she stood right next to me. Her presence makes me nervous. This girl seemed to not know what personal space is. As embarrassing as it sounds, I had never had a girl this close, if only it wasn't in this forest. I don't know why I shouldn't trust her, but strangely, something tells me that she has no bad intentions. The girl is surrounded by a calm aura, something pure, unlike anything else in the forest. In the end, resigning myself with a sigh, I show her my arm with the bite. Immediately, the girl sets her sight on my wound. It will only take a moment, she said with complete confidence. And she looks up into my eyes up. Could you close your eyes? She asks as she blushes slightly. I am surprised to see that embarrassed face she has, even if just a little. And I sigh, feeling something wasn't right, but there is nothing else I can do. Okay, I said, doing as she asked. I didn't know what to expect. For a moment, I thought she would get naked or something like that. But what kind of magic can work only when you have no clothes? I don't know, but my mind sure wanted to imagine that. Come on, Axel, keep your composure. Suddenly, I feel something warm and wet touch my wound. Immediately, I shudder. Wait, what are you doing? Stupid question, because I knew well what she was doing. She was licking my wound. You idiot! You said you could. Who said you could watch? Was quick to respond, like the cat, with her cheeks red in embarrassment and her lips so close to my wound. She looked adorably troubled. Don't you see that I'm just trying to heal you? She then added in a bad mood. Sorry, I said, blushing. I thought you would do something more extraordinary. Now I'm not sure. Is she a girl who can transform into a cat? Or a cat that can become a girl? Sorry to disappoint you, not being extraordinary enough, murmured the girl at the same time she gives me an annoyed look, red eyes shining with disgust. It is then that I realize that the pain has disappeared. With curiosity, I look where the wound was, only to discover that now there is no trace of it. For a couple of seconds, I stay silent and incredulous. It seems that your treatment worked. I finally say grateful, still looking at the spot. But of course, I have experience healing myself, answered the girl, closing her eyes and inflating her chest to show her pride. I actually appreciate what she did, but I still wonder if she really had to lick it to cure me. I understand, but who are you? The girl makes a small snort with curiosity after hearing my question. Then she tilts her head and closes her eyes to make me a thoughtful face. It seems I have not presented myself. She opens her eyes and gazes into mine. My name is Ashley. So that's her name. I expected something more extravagant. My name is Axel. By the way, have you ever been accused of witchcraft? Before I knew it, I asked that question. I guess it was rather rude for me, completely lacking in manners. But I must not forget for even a second that I am in this cursed forest. Ashley suddenly becomes silent. At plain sight, it was obvious she didn't take it well. She takes her time before responding. Yes, but that was a long time ago. Then she closes her eyes and exhales, emptying her lungs. She seemed to be recalling something painful. Just seeing her made me feel guilty. I'm sorry. It was not my intention to make you remember it, I said, slightly remorseful. No doubt to be accused of witchcraft must have been a horrible experience. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. It's okay. It's not like I can blame your curiosity seeing where we are. Then she looks at me closely with curious eyes. By the way, how do you know about me?
Okay.
Perhaps you are a sorcerer who has lived during these past centuries. She asked, narrowing her eyes as if she was trying to see the inside of my mind. What kind of question is that? No, nothing like that, I answered at the moment. I'm just an ordinary person. I admitted boring, but she didn't need to know that. It's just that there are stories about witches in this forest. But as you can see, the stories are not very convincing, or else I wouldn't be here. I explained, trying to remove any doubt that Ashley may have. Again, she closes her eyes and nods. I understand. She pauses and looks me in the eyes. It's because of those stupid myths. Stupid humans come to this forest just like you. She then said, looking at me with rejection. Wait, what are you trying to say? We are to blame? I replied, feeling offended. Ashley suddenly looks at me disgusted. Are you an idiot? Yes, if you hadn't come, my existence would be nice and peaceful, instead of this chaos that it is every year, she said, ending with a sigh of frustration. But you're the one who caused all this. I was quick to respond. I don't even bother to hide my anger. I can't believe what she says. How arrogant can she be? Ashley opens her eyes wide, surprised. Then she looks at me with annoyance in her red eyes. You do not understand, stupid human. Definitely, I don't like this girl. I'm only trying to protect you. I'm only trying to protect you. Her words take me by surprise. Huh? I exclaimed incredulously. You attacked me and attacked my friends only to protect us? Yes, she simply replied. At the same time, she nods, filled with pride and confidence. Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I cannot believe how arrogant and self-centered this girl is. After everything she did to me and my friend, I can't stand here any longer. Wait. I had only taken a few steps when I heard her calling me. She sounds really annoyed. Worried. You don't understand the real danger you're in here. I stop in my tracks as soon as I hear it. Real danger? I whispered, feeling some doubt. Suddenly a shiver. It doesn't look like she's lying. Yes, I try to chase them away using illusions. Other times I hit them with my powers. And as a last resort, I scare them directly, as it was in your case. Ashley confessed, blushing a little as if she felt embarrassed or remembering. And why do you do that? I asked, confused. Something isn't right here. Ashley stares at me with her red eyes. If they continue with their curiosity, they will meet an evil entity that will take their lives. What do you say doesn't sound very convincing? I immediately interrupted.
I don't know who Leaky is, but they said they're backstage.
The only evil entity here is you. Ashley shakes her head in denial. You are wrong. I am the good one. That she said, looking into my eyes with the pure innocence in hers. Ha ha ha. I could only laugh at that comment. It had to be a joke. After doing all that, you say you're good? Don't laugh. I'm only trying to protect you, replied Ashley, furious, while waving her arms. She then crosses her arms and gives me an unpleased look. Do you expect me to believe that? I replied sarcastically. What she said made no sense, but somehow she seemed oddly convinced it was the truth. She was surely a bit wrong in the head. But it's true. You have to believe me. This time she sounds really worried about me. I actually feel a little sorry for her. Ashley then stays silent, looking at me with puppy eyes. However, she soon recovers her proud attitude. If you want, hold my hand. I won't harm you, she suddenly says. I look carefully at her. She has a very arrogant face, as if it was a great honor to be able to touch her. You won't do anything strange? I asked, distrustful, but after seeing her again, I do not think she was lying. Ashley nods, full of confidence. I promise you. I stare at her for a few seconds, making sure there isn't a trap. Okay, but why do you want me to hold your hand? I ask, at the same time I extend my hand. Ashley opens her eyes, surprised after hearing my question. Then she stares at me with annoyance. Are you stupid? Obviously to guide you out of the forest, she said, just as she takes my hand in one quick move. I then find myself being dragged by this strange girl. But this is the opposite way from where the melodious voice comes. I said, looking back for a second, I felt really curious about who she was. You ignore that voice. It charms men to make them her victims. Think of it as a siren. Ashley explained in bad mood, with her eyes always looking to the front. It seemed she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. When you be the one who collects souls that fill fools? I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience when dealing with a girl. If only I were more popular. Ashley stopped suddenly. She then turned at me, showing me a furious face. You idiot! I already said I'm the good one. For a moment, I thought she was going to hit me on the head. But fortunately, she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. Okay. I meekly responded as if I were a scolded child. But if you eat me, I will make sure to give you the worst indigestion in your life. You idiot! I don't eat humans, replied Ashley, ending with an arrogant snort. 3:11 a.m. Several minutes had passed since I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. I hadn't noticed before now how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. I blush just thinking about it. Even if she is a witch, she's a girl too, right? Then I sigh. I'm on actual composure. With every step, the curse of the forest seemed to weaken. The atmosphere was less oppressive every minute until finally I was able to forget about that unpleasant feeling. Before I noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling almost empty. The rotten smell also had disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in a common, ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out, so let's keep moving. Then I set my sight on the back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She was completely focused on that simple thing. If you're the witch from the legend, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I was really intrigued by that. Ashley stops and turns, looking at me with an angry face. Idiot! Do you really think that all witches are evil? She was right. The general image of witches is not good, but it's not as if stereotypes are truthful. Then she closes her eyes, making an annoyed face. True that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Ashley lowers her sigh and pauses. Then she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I feel that I can trust her. She is good. But there's still one more question. And how did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushed. She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable, almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance. So I decided to transfer my soul to it. She explained, avoiding looking into my eyes. Of course, we now share the body we have like a deal. The cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. I try to provide her with all those needs. And in return, she lets me stay in her body. As she talks, she is blushing shyly. I see. I think it's a fair deal. I replied with a sincere smile. The truth is that I found it a little funny. It turns out that she is both a girl and a cat. That answers some questions. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants to, she can be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. Not saying more, Ashley continues walking to the exit. This time I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. 3:15 a.m. Well, here we are, Ashley said just a few minutes after we talked. She isn't lying. I can see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be 2 other humans close here. Your friends. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight. Ashley said, giving me a subtle farewell. But strangely, she does not let go of my hand. She looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice the gentleness that reflects on them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice. It was no joke. What is it? I asked full of curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me to escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. End this legend, she then murmured with an air of sadness. I can't understand why she asked for something like this. I want you to help me to keep people away. The legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with a human danger. A human danger. So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers, as thieves or ferocious animals. On second thought, there is logic in what you ask. If you remove the element of magic and only leave danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nods and then looks into my eyes, blushing. Yes, exactly, she said, please. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me, I responded with determination. I wanted her to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Thank you. Then she closes her eyes and momentarily inflates her chest with breath. You aren't as stupid as I thought. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're in front of you, I complained angrily. This girl, something will never change. After seeing my reaction, Ashley cannot help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. That made me blush. Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable at that moment. My heart was nervously beating, as if I was with a normal girl. Suddenly, she stares at me and gets close. Her face is less than an inch from mine. Again, she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is. But this time, I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, makes me very nervous. This is the farewell, she suddenly said. She then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Everything becomes white at that moment. Everything loses color. Everything is gone. Everything. 3:18 a.m. I'm outside the forest. I have no idea of how I made it here, but this is no illusion. I am bewildered, as if I had been sleepwalking. Axel! Axel! Suddenly I hear someone calling my name, but it's not any strange voice. It's the voices of my friends who are looking for me. Hey, over here! I shout without a second of hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently run towards me. Where were you? The worry was killing us, Stephen said with a face that I don't remember having ever seen before. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. Within the forest, I couldn't find the exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that, I interrupted him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. The important thing is that we are all safe. Yeah, you're right. Hey, don't you feel that we are forgetting something? Alfred murmured at the same time he lowers his sight, pensive. Suddenly, a blurry image appears in my mind. It was white and bright, but I can't remember more. However, that weak memory awakes a strange feeling of nostalgia in me. It was as if I had lost something, but what could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This has gone too far for a test of courage, I said with no intention of spending one more minute in this forest. They both agreed with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on the page to not go to the forest. Forget about the witches. Somebody might get lost there, as it happened to me. It was a miracle that I came out alive, with that beast lurking around. Or knowing it, my lips moved. Why did I say that? I have no idea, but something inside me inspired me to do so. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. All I can remember is that it has red eyes and white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to whom had I made that promise? I think about it for a moment in silence, but in the end, I can't remember a thing. No matter, all I know is that I got out, and I'll never come back here again. And that was the end of Trick or Treat visual novel. I loved playing this. Oh, hey, Remy. Thanks for coming and watching. I think I'm going to get off here and go watch something. I'm so tired, but I can't go to bed. Thank you for watching, anyone that comes and watches this. I love you all. Later.